Hi, tonight I'm going to start by asking a question which says that how many of you today would feel that we are being treated right to being thrown in to be thrown in prison just because one of your family member committed something that is considered crime? Before we consider all the facts that amounts to crime, how many of you would be willing to take a blame for that? I'm sure a few of you will. If not, none of you will be happy about that. Tonight, I'm going to talk about a policy change that is needed uh, uh, in one of the African nations, which is the Republic of Uganda. Just to give you a little heads up about this country, it's found in the eastern part of Africa. It is inhabited by 35 million people as per the last population census, which was conducted in 2010. Those are basically the quick facts about the country I'm going to talk about that needs a policy change. Before I introduce my policy change that I would like to see happening, I would like also to comment something about the topic or the scope of the issue that is embedded in the policy change, which is homosexuality. And I want to mention something about it so quick before I jump right into the core issues here. What makes people gay? It has been a very long thought question, and depending on the available materials and science facts, there are science experiments that have been proven or that have been released by the scientists that is actually not behavior, it's not adapted as most of the people in the policy change I would like to see happening in Uganda claim. I don't know, it may also apply to other people who may not be these particular people I'm going to be try to persuade change this. So for so many reasons, what I'm going to talk about today is very controversial and it's filled with a lot of emotions, and bear with me. I'm going to take you through what I would really like to see happening on a common sense perspective and a widely held view about this issue. First, in this country, I'm talking about the country of the Republic of Uganda, there was what we call a private members bill that is being considered right now. It was introduced by a private member. That's why it's considered a private members bill. It was not introduced by the government, just to let you know about that. But a private member, a member of parliament of the Republic of Uganda, introduced this bill to the parliament to be considered that it is passed into law that will consequently affect the people in their nation. What does this bill really contain? This bill contains things to do with trying to infringe, try to limit the basic freedoms, the basic human rights of people who are considered to be gay in Uganda. What is in this bill exactly is what is my main concern tonight, and that's what I'm going to discuss and give reasons as to why this private members bill should not be passed into law in the Republic of Uganda. Just to give a little background of how it all came to that point, that this bill was introduced in the Parliament of Uganda to be considered into law that will consequently lead to very, very controversial issues in the nation of this part of Africa. In an American evangelical called Scott Lively visited Uganda in March 2009 to meet with members of parliament and led a 3-day conference on the gay agenda. Months later, the anti-homosexuality bill was introduced in Uganda's parliament. It was introduced in Uganda's parliament by the person named as Bahati, but we are not really concerned about the name of the person who introduced the bill, but rather we are concerned about the content of the bill. In this bill, the anti-homosexuality bill calls for the death penalty for gay people, the extradition of gay Ugandans from foreign countries, a prison sentence for families who don't report their gay family members. Now, depending on all those 3 categories of punishment that this bill aims at the people who are gay in Uganda, we can see that really this bill should not be passed. It should not be passed by all means because it beats the best common sense understanding of every right-thinking person of society. It is so bad. It is so bad that it can be considered to be inhumane. It is not human. It is not human to consider other people not having the right to live. Gay people are also humans like other people. And if there is any need for them to be prosecuted, it should be based on legal issues, not social, not things that don't make sense in this case. Why should the Ugandan government or the Ugandan parliament introduce this bill to be passed into law to really affect only homosexuals? There are so many social issues that can be touched with other responsible bills other than this bill. The significance of this bill is that so many people will be affected in a way that it doesn't matter how many people have to go to prison, but it matters who are those people that are going to be put in prison. Even if it's only one person that will be put in prison, just on the grounds of these allegations of, oh, you are gay, or so you have to be in prison. What are the proof? Is gay a crime? Is being gay a crime? Is homosexuality criminal? Certainly we all agree it's not. And I would say that just as the Germans prosecuted the Jews during the Holocaust, and after so many years, these horrible things that were done to the Jews are really considered horrible, terrible, inhumane things that shouldn't have ever been done to the Jewish. It will be the same case with this Ugandan law that is being considered in the parliament right now to be passed into law. Should it pass, history will not be on the side of the Ugandan parliamentarians who are going to pass this law, to pass this bill into law. History will judge them harshly. History will not favor them. Just as it did not favor the Germans after so many years, by the time when they were doing it, they thought they were doing the best thing, but that, from experience about that, history has come to tell that that was not the right thing to do. And if history is anything to be learned from, Ugandan government or the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda should learn from the history of the Holocaust and know that what the Germans did to the Jews was not good, and it is almost in the similar manner if this bill passes into law in Uganda from the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. It will be so similar to what the Germans did to the Jews during the Holocaust. And listen to this. This is so important. So many of advocates of this bill that should be passed into law claim that homosexuality is adapted, is behavior, is is something that people pick up, and so it's a detriment to society, and so they are protecting the society. Well, that has been proven so wrong, because science has also proved that there are also in the world homosexual chimpanzees. 10% of the chimpanzees are also considered to be homosexuals. Therefore, if we, the human beings, are not going to hunt down those homosexual chimpanzees and kill them just because they are homosexuals, we should not also kill our fellow people just because they are homosexuals. In that we shall be acknowledging that it's okay to be different, it's okay. Homosexuals are not any different from normal people. They need protection, they need legal protection, they need like any other person who needs everything that makes their lives comfortable. They also need those things. Therefore, should this bill, the private members bill, be passed into law in Uganda, it will be a very big blow to civilization, and therefore I propose that the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda should consider not passing this bill, this private members bill, into law. Thank you very much.